Cell Phones and Mental Health by Jared Carter and Ani Agoli. It's not a secret that we use our phones a lot. Many people use their phones on an average of at least 8 hours a day. So a third of your day looking at your phone. Many people don't know that our mental health can actually be negatively affected by this device as well. Studies have shown that there's a link between children using cell phones and mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, and in the worst case scenarios, suicidal thoughts and or tendencies. We've seen things such as depression and anxiety, like I mentioned, appear in children because of the cell phones. Granted, it's not inherently the cell phone that is the issue, but the things that are on the cell phone. For example, you can't get cyberbullied if you don't have a cell phone. It's just, or a computer, the internet, really. If you don't have that, you can't really get cyberbullied. You can't be exposed to social media and all the pressures that come along with it. A phone makes it that much easier to access these and makes you that much more likely to be affected by it. Cyberbullying on social media can cause depression and anxiety, as we all know, in children whose brains are still forming. And it's super easy to get emotional, especially if you're young children. Anything will hurt their feelings. And growing up, always sad because of the internet, always leads to, it's kind of like a first sign of depression. The good news is that we can help limit some of these problems from occurring if we notice the signs early. Keep note. Getting kids off their phones every once in a while is important. So what everyone will tell you, moderation is key. Monitoring social media for signs of cyberbullying can also be important to keep the problem from getting worse. So, a lot of kids will try to hide it and mask like they're doing fine if they're getting cyberbullied because they don't want to tell, but it's important for a parent to actually look out for their kid, not only how they're doing in person in school, but how they're doing online with their interactions there as well. Some of the different ways that we can solve this problem are education, limiting usage, and finally restricting access to things that may cause harm to children. Education basically means making children aware of the risks that over usage of cell phones, as well as giving them resources that can be useful to them. So, if, like it says, if your child knows what they can do and what they can't do on the internet, what sites they can visit, what sites they can't visit, who they could talk to, who they can't talk to, it makes it that much safer and that much better for them, not only in the moment, but as they grow up and they continue to navigate the internet and use their phones a lot more often. Limiting phone usage is probably the easiest way to solve the problem brought on by these devices. It can be hard sometimes to put these devices down, so knowing when to stop is key. A big thing with young adults, especially teenagers, is feeling like they're missing out on something. Everything is happening on social media and over your phone, so putting it down sometimes might make you feel like you're out of the loop or missing out on things that you could be in on. So it's always a challenge of putting it down, but once you begin to get more comfortable with it, it becomes a lot easier. Finally, restricting access to things like social media and other websites where children can be exposed to dangers is a great step to keeping everyone safe. The sites that your children visit is really an important thing. You don't want them going down any creepy, shady sites that you don't want to expose them to yet. Alright, and that'll do it.